I am a climber from Hizma village and we go to the best place to climb. It's his name Anfara, but we have to walk and we pass by this settlement. I grew up in this village and when I want to climb, I hike down like around half an hour to be in the cliff. This settlement is named Hanatot and it's our land and the next village, Hanata land, and it's now become settlement. One day I saw a post in Facebook about climbing trip, so I thought it's an adventure, and I went to my first climbing trip, and it really was cool day. The weather was nice, and I meet new people, so I enjoy a lot. And I thought, okay, I should tell my brother, he will like it. And after that, me and my brother, we go on trip every weekend. And sometimes he finish some road I can't finish. Yeah, because he competitive. Sometimes I be lazy, sometimes I just want to play or talking with people. Even many times I let him go first to put the quick throws and I go after him.
I'm Tim Bruns. I'm the co-founder of this project called Wadi Climbing, and we're sitting inside of the first indoor rock climbing gym in Palestine. We started developing an outdoor cliff near Ramallah, and we started going there with some of the other foreigners who climbed, with the goal always being that it would be a place that we could introduce beginner climbers. And so once we had, I think, 10 routes there, we started bringing trips once a week, and then that eventually grew to 4 times a week. And in the past year, I think we've had over 1,400 people join these climbing trips. About 70% Palestinian, the others are like foreigners who are living here, and 45% women. The trips have attracted lots of different people, so we get people from Jerusalem, we get people from Nablus, from Hebron, and lots of people from Ramallah, and they're not from one background. Sadly, I think a lot of people have only seen stuff like this on television. We always hear like, oh, I've seen that on National Geographic. I think a lot of people were excited to try, because they didn't know that it existed here.
So when we drive to go to the cliff like Yabrud or An Yabrud, in my way, I pass by 2 checkpoints. Sometimes they stop us, they check everything, and this make access to the cliff. It's hard. When they stop you, it's change your mood. So you arrive at cliff sometimes not in the right mood to climb.
Every climber knows that when you go out on a day of climbing with friends, that everything goes away. Like, you're just in the moment, you're thinking about the individual movements, you're enjoying, like, generally speaking, beautiful places with friends and people that you trust. When you take that kind of formula and you put it into a place like Palestine, where there are a lot of issues and people are just trapped to some degree, then it just kind of multiplies that, I guess.
You be out the city, it's quiet, and you meet friends, you climbing. Sometimes you need a place to escape from stress.
Looking back, now that I know what I know, I'm not surprised that we've had so many women on our climbing trips. I mean, you can't compare Palestine to Saudi Arabia. It's just not the same country. There are people who are conservative in this society, and there are people who it wouldn't be okay for them to come climbing with us, but on the opposite side of the spectrum, there are a lot of people who can. There are women who come wearing hijab to our trips. There's women who are Muslim but don't wear hijab. There's Christian women. So it's a spectrum, and you can't really generalize.
Nice. Wow, great.
We had an initiative to do a women's only climbing trip, and we had two of our friends who were from Belgium and Germany, two women who live here, to climbers. And then we asked them to lead this trip, and that was by far the most popular trip that we ever had. I think we had 15 spots and 60 women signed up in 2 days. For the women who don't feel comfortable climbing with men, then that will open up a whole new kind of opportunity. In our time here, in our 2 years here, we haven't experienced anything but like the best hospitality and kindness and interest in who we are. So it's just sad that when I go back to the States that it's something that I actually have to explain. Like, no, it's not dangerous for us. I mean, I love living here. I like the food, I like the people, I like the language. So going back and having to defend basic things, like, I mean, people ask, like, are there stores in Ramallah? Like, are you kidding me? Like, you don't even, I guess the problem is that the perception is so far from the reality that it's almost like you have cognitive dissonance trying to explain it.
After me and my brother we start leading, so we thought about we should train to be stronger to climb something hard, because in that time we climbed 6A, 6A plus, and we want to climb 6B or 6C. Wadi Climbing open amazing gym in Ramallah, so we go to the gym, we boulder there, and we train
In the beginning, for the outdoor climbing, we got a small grant for bolts and bolting gear. And then we had raised some money in the States, like through crowdfunding and through a social entrepreneurship fund. And we came here and partnered with this health club in order to build the gym. The goal has always been to build a Palestinian climbing community who will enjoy the climbing that Palestine has to offer.
We really, every time we go to the cliff, we come back very happy, like we in the top of the world.
There is no access fund to protect these climbing areas, so now that we've created them and they're starting to be very meaningful for the people who use them, how do we create enough interest in protecting them so that it doesn't become a real estate development? And we don't have a way to stop that yet.
Maybe in future I will travel different country to climb. It's make me feel I have more freedom.